ATV 24/7 is brought to you by ITP Tires and Wheels with advanced traction technology. Previously on ATV 24/7.
And Josh Creamer couldn't ask for much of a better scenario than what we've got heading into Loretto Lenses. Basically, all he's got to do is go out and finish the first moto, and the championship is his. He'll get the #1 plate.
The race this weekend is going to be between Weenan and Upperman because they're tied for third. Then you've got John Natale, who was on a roll, and he had some mechanical issues, and that dropped him out of third to fourth, but he's only 2 points behind.
So maybe it's not the championship, but I'll guarantee you, you're going to see those three guys, I should say, battling it out for that third position.
That's where this thing's going to get real hot this weekend. It's going to be like bacon popping out of a grease.
For ATV racer Heather Bird, winning a 7th championship is a thing of beauty.
The first one's always cool because it's your first championship, you know, the first time we've ever done it. But, you know, all of mine have had significance to them, you know, throughout the years. Titles are just, they're cool, you know, or whatever. You can't, you know, nobody can ever take that away from you. So having 7 of them, it's awesome. When you're the champion, that means everybody's gunning for you. You know, I mean, obviously when Michelle's training or, you know, Kayla's training or whoever's training, they're training to beat Heather Bird. You know, that's what it is. That's what it's about. I mean, that's the way I would be. You know, anytime I've been second place or whatever, I want to beat that #1 rider. So, you know, there's a target on my back or whatever, but it kind of pushes me, you know, it makes me realize that, you know, I've got to go out there and train that much harder and, you know, try to win more races.
Well, this weekend I got 3rd overall, and then like the whole championship series, I got 2nd overall. Definitely feels good because knowing that I was the youngest kid out there, one of the only girls, just feels very good right now. Being able to say that I beat the boys is another plus. I like doing stuff like that, but I'm not cocky and I try not to brag, but it is definitely good knowing that I do good as a girl, and most of the boys, first time they see me, if it's one of their first nationals, they're like, their dad. We've even heard people, we say that we hear them laugh at us and say, oh, she's just a girl, you'll get around her. And we go out there and prove them wrong, and that's what's always the best, so. Yeah, I definitely like to thank my mom and dad, my family, Scott Ward, definitely, the whole Mushin team, and everybody that's helped, all my extra sponsors from back home. They've all done a lot to get me here, and can't wait to just see what happens next year.
At the end of the season this year, I'm gonna finish 6th overall. The season's been good, but once in a while, when the track gets rough, it kind of like, it throws me off because the bumps are pushing me all over. And it's hard racing with all these boys because they've had a longer experience than me, because everyone's older than me. I'm the youngest. I've always been the youngest, and I don't think it's gonna change. Well, after this race, I'm really gonna miss all my friends here, and we just have fun and like hang out and play and go in the pool and go in the rivers and stuff together.
For ATV parent Stan Digby, 2010 is a year of celebration and exhaustion.
Expectations, way over expectations. I mean, we come out of the 50 class last year, was 8 years old, and you know, we turned 9, so we had to quit the 50s. We ended up the year, you know, from the way everything stacked down, we should be the national champion in 70 single speed and 2nd in the 90 junior. I'm tickled to death with him. I mean, you know how many parents out here would give whatever for their kid to win a championship, finish 2nd in the other one? So yeah, I'm happy. Me and my wife don't have a lot. I work my butt off to be able to, you know, to work for ITP, to buy us a truck and trailer like this and get us here. What next year holds, I don't know. But we made an impact this year. I promise you, Jordan Digby will be at the National next year. I've done got 2 families said if they got to pay for it out of their own pocket, he'll be here.
For first-year Pro-Am racer Cole Henry, stepping up to this competitive class has been a challenge.
In a way, it is harder than I thought. I know, you know, I've known all these guys in Pro-Am for a while now. I've always hung out with them and practiced with them and everything. But when you get that many riders with that skill level together, it's not like anything else I've ever experienced. It's so much pressure all the time. In any other class I've had, I ride hard, I charge hard, I get out front, and it's easy. You pull a whole shot, you get out front, you win the moto. It's simple. Here in Pro-Am, it's not like that. Even if you pull a whole shot and get out front, there's 10 guys right behind you that are ready to pass you, even 10 minutes into the race. I think next year it's going to be more competitive, and I think you're going to see different guys up front each weekend. I don't think anyone's going to dominate, but you never know. Someone may step it up huge over the winter and come out on top. I hope that's me. There's a lot of fast guys out there that I know that are going to push it up, during the winter. And they're going to come out fast, faster than they ever have.
For 9-year-old ATV racer Eli Hopkins, the 2010 season is one to be remembered.
This season has treated me great. I've been winning the last 4 races. In the points in my class, I'm in first.
How does it make you feel?
It makes me feel very good. My favorite part has been doing good, finishing the race, and winning. When I grow up, I want to be a professional pro racer.
Next on ATV 24/7, a new adversary arrives to Loretta Lynn's racetrack, and her name is Mother Nature.
Only one tire brand can lay claim to winning more ATV podiums than any other tire company out there. ITP. From the Quad Cross MX tire, designed for hard-packed tracks, to the Quad Cross XC, ITP's new cross-country racing tire. ITP sets the standard for high-performance ATV tires. And we've got the podium wins to prove it. Order your free ITP catalog today by calling 1-800-495-4080 or visit us on the web at itptires.com.
Previously on ATV 24/7.
And it is sizzling. Temperature is 98 plus, heat index over 110. Not only is the temperature going to be sizzling this weekend, but the competition on the track is going to be even hotter.
As the pros ready themselves for the last 2 motos of the season, the skies above have a different agenda.
Most people have never experienced an actual ATV motocross race in the rain, or what we call a mud race. And it ain't fun. Watching it and riding in it's one thing, but what the mechanics go through preparing a bike for that it's phenomenal. It takes hours.
Yeah, we'll raise our ride height if it's real muddy because of the weight. So then we have to prepare, our setup. What are we going to do? What way are we going to do it? But it's a guessing game because right now they're out running races and the sun's out. So these guys might go pack in the track and we just did all this for nothing. We'll have about 20 minutes to tear it all back off and put it all back to how we were racing and then go race a normal bike.
By the time we race, I'm sure it'll be f***ing miles better if this stops. 2.5 hours.
What we're doing for the moto format is it will be a 1 moto format. 2 o'clock will be the Pro-Am, just like we did with the pros. The pros will be immediately after that. So the Pro-Ams will go at 2 o'clock and the pros will go immediately after that.
We had some good weather come in now. It's sunny and the track's looking better. They decided that they were going to knock it down to a 1 moto format, which is really odd and strange. And of course, I definitely want to go out there and run 2 motos. I think we're pros. We should be able to do it.
Next on ATV 24/7, 3 racers, 1 moto. Which ATV racer will seize the day and capture a win at Loretta's during the exciting conclusion of this 2010 AMA ATV Motocross Championship? ATV 24/7 is brought to you by Amsoil, first in synthetics. With the severe weather at Loretta's, the normal 2-moto weekend has been boiled down to 1. For racers Chad Wienen, Josh Upperman, and John Natale, whoever comes out on top will capture 3rd in overall points for the season. For current points leader Josh Kramer, a healthy finish will guarantee him the championship. For 2-time champion Dustin Wimmer, winning Loretta's will not only put him back on the podium, but may create the momentum he'll need for next year's season. Right out of the gate, Upperman and Kramer battle for the hole shot. Upperman makes a mistake. Kramer takes the lead. Wienen, Natali, and Wimmer are close behind. Thomas Brown sneaks past Upperman for second. Wienen trails in fourth. Then moments later, passing both Upperman and Thomas Brown for second. Dustin Wimmer advances to third. The battle for the 2010 championship has just begun. Wienen stalks Kramer for first. Wimmer inches closer to Wienen. Then, Wienen makes a move. Passes Kramer for first. Teammates Josh Kramer and Dustin Wimmer battle for second. Wimmer takes the inside lane and moves ahead of Kramer. Meanwhile, Upperman and Natali watch as the third place overall spot slips through their fingers. Now the battle's for fourth. Chad Wienen continues to distance himself from the pack. ATV racer Natali is forced off the track due to mechanical issues. Meanwhile, Kramer loses more momentum, allowing Jeremy Lawson to take third. As the checkered flag flies, Can-Am rider Chad Wienen takes the top spot, followed by Dustin Wimmer and Jeremy Lawson.
Well, last round down here at Loretta Lynn's in Tennessee, and the rains came in heavy early on in the morning and kind of ruined our practice section and our time qualifying, and came out of the gate, came out in the top 5, I believe, and just really put my head down and just charged forward, and I wasn't going to stop till I got to that front and got a good gap in front of me. So we ended up taking a win, and it's our second one, and I'm just stoked about it. It's a great feeling because it's been so long for me, and we're just really excited about this weekend, and I couldn't be happier right now. I'm living on a cloud right now.
As the season points were tallied up, the top prize for the entire season goes to Suzuki rider Josh Kramer, followed by teammate Dustin Wimmer and Can-Am rider Chad Wienen in third.
This championship came at, I feel like I'm getting to where I need to be, and I know what I need to do to win races all the time. And I definitely feel like I earned the 2010 championship. I woke up a lot this year, and I was in my trailer and whatnot, and every time I looked at my door, I had a picture of Dustin Wimmer on the front of a magazine cover with the #1 plate, and that's what I'd look at before I went riding, and that fueled my fire a lot. Now that I'm going to be that picture on somebody's wall, that's always going to be in the back of my head, but I knew the desire that I've had this year. I knew that my determination was more than it's ever been, and I knew the dedication that it took to get there. So I'm just going to keep my sights on that and just, live by those 3 Ds, and hopefully it can bring me another championship.
For being so dominant the last 2 years, winning championship 2008, 2009, losing it this year, saying I got second place is good. To me, it's not. I've won the championship the last 2 years. I can do it. I just didn't have that killer instinct like I did the last 2 years, and I had some bad luck here and there that need to happen, and my performance wasn't as good as years past. So I ain't gonna give myself any credit for doing how I did this year. I got second place. Yeah, great, but it ain't first. So
being top 3 is great. Josh, he's a champion this year, and he deserved it. He rode like one, and everybody wants to be the #1 guy. That's why we all come here to compete. We want to be #1. Being that John he's a champion himself. He proved himself over the years, and he's a tough guy, and we all both come to a conclusion
that we're a team here, and it matters a lot that if one of us have a bad day, the other one has a good day. That's what we got to be able to do. No matter what happens, one of us has got to be up there. It's not about us anymore. It's about the company and us doing well and working as a team.
Well, yeah, like the last race, I mean, it's huge if you're in the points battle and you get last, that it's going to drop you, 4 or 5 spots, or if you get first, it's going to make you move up, 3 or 4 spots. In my situation, the best I could have done was 3rd, and the worst I could have done was 5th, I believe. I mean, overall, I feel really great about myself. I don't know, when I get out front, I feel a lot more confident, and I can set my own pace and just things like that. But
obviously, I want to win every race I go to, but I wasn't concerned about winning the Loretta's. My concern is winning a championship, and even if I won here, it wasn't a championship. I think we've already done that at Can-Am and with our team and shown these guys that we're here for real. Chad ended up winning the race this weekend, which was great, and what I need to do in the off-season and some of the mistakes that I need to fix in me and in my training to be able to come out here and win a championship for me and for Can-Am.
I'm definitely gonna get some more motivational stuff for next year. I tell you that. I'm gonna be fired up for every race, and when I'm mad out there, if someone hits me, I'm a different person.
No one beats us. No one. Chad Whedon doesn't beat us. John Natale doesn't beat us. Kramer doesn't beat us. No one does.
Sometimes I think I just go out there and I'm too easygoing, but it'll be a new dust swimmer for next year.
On the season finale episode of ATV 24/7, we dig deep into an intense season of racing to unleash some of the most outrageous and hysterical moments of the 2010 AMA ATV Championship Series.